Imposter syndrome. I bet if you're a high achiever, there has been some point in your life, and maybe now, that you have a little bit of imposter syndrome. Actually, I think I read a statistic that 82% of high achievers have it. So if you're watching this video, you're a high achiever or success seeker, and if you're not feeling this now, you might be feeling this at some point. Hi, I'm Christine. If you haven't been here before, I am an online coach. I do success mindset trainings. I share goals. I share different strategies, tools, some self-awareness, habit building, and designing your day for success. And I was thinking about what to talk about today, and I thought to myself, sometimes I don't know that I should be sharing the stuff that I'm sharing. Like, who am I? And then I look at other people that are sharing stuff, and I'm like, I know all that stuff. I've helped my clients get that transformation. So why not me? Why shouldn't I be someone that can come on here and with all authenticity and integrity share with you what I know has worked for my clients and worked for myself? But it doesn't mean I don't have those moments of doubt or that moment of, who am I to be looking in this camera, talking to whoever might see this, talking to you about imposter syndrome? I want to share with you a little bit. I had a client, great guy, and he did extremely well this one year. And he could only celebrate that win for like a blip of time. And he was already worried about the next year. And he said, what if it was just a fluke? What if the success I had this year was just a fluke? What if I just got lucky? What if all those sales that came my way that made me hit this unexpected high number? What if, I don't know, I was in the right place at the right time? The fear about repeating that the second year really took away his joy at celebrating what he had worked so hard for. So we really had to sit there and kind of reverse engineer how he got to where he was. And so what we did was I helped him break down, let's talk about what your habits were this year. And we broke down each of his habits. And we broke down his rituals. And we broke down what he did on a daily basis, his routines, rituals, all that stuff. And then I asked him the key question. Sorry for that sound. The key question was this: are you going to do the same thing this coming year that you did last year? And he said, yeah, why wouldn't I? I said, okay, let's just put that on the side. You're committed to the routines that you did last year. You're committed to the habits that you created. You're committed to your day that we designed for success together, but he executed on it. And you're committing to doing it again. I said, are you going to back down on any of these? For instance, he's in sales and he did 500 to 600 cold calls a week. I said, are you going to do less than that this year? No. Are you going to do the same? Yeah, I might even do a little more, but I'm definitely not going to do less. I said, okay, let's put that one on the side. So 1, we're going to follow the routines. 2, we're going to continue at the level of activity that we did. And then I said, okay, let's talk about what you're doing and who you're talking to. Do you think that you are going to want to speak with people that are not your target market that you had this year, which was very high earners in various different fields? No, I actually will be getting referrals from those people and talking to more people like them and leveling up. Oh, okay. So is that going to help your numbers go down or up? No, my numbers will go up. So as we started to break down, we realized, and he started to realize, that a lot of his fear was based on an imagination and maybe a little bit of a surprise that he became as successful that year. He hadn't been. It was like his breakthrough year, so to speak. And all of us, when we have those breakout or breakthrough years, we're all worried that it was just a blip of time. It was luck. We were in the right place at the right time. It's really hard, especially that first year, to believe that will happen again. But when you break down what got you to that place, and if you're still going to do the same thing, success leaves clues. Success isn't by happenstance. There's very few people that become successful at anything that it just happens. They wake up and the next day they're super successful. Very rarely. I don't know any stories of that. If you know them, share it in that. Yes, maybe somebody wins the lottery, but they had to play the lottery, I bet you, more than once. And those are rare. Those are exceptions. So if you are someone that struggles with that imposter syndrome, whatever you've done well, anything, reverse engineer it and see how you got to where you were. Really peel the onion back for yourself. What steps did you take to get wherever you were? Are those steps repeatable? Most of the time they are. The other thing is, most of the time you've made a choice about what you were doing on a daily basis. And that choice led to your success. So success leaves clues. It's a big Tony Robbins, big Jack Canfield thing. Success leaves clues. And your own success leaves its own clues for you to see. So whatever win that you've had, allow yourself to celebrate it. And it can happen again. And then it can stack. I've talked about this in other videos, stacking those wins. I've had my own imposter syndrome, like I talked about before. Who am I to be sitting here sharing this stuff with you? Obviously, you could go listen to all the big gurus and hear a lot of the stuff that I talk about. But I put my own personal spin on it, my own experience with my clients, my own experience. Anytime I've done anything really well and I've had that imposter syndrome, I have to remind myself, how did I get there? How did I earn that? It didn't just happen. It's something that I worked for, and they were decisions that I made along the way. So I hope that resonates with you, that if you're having those moments of doubt, of imposter syndrome, 82% of you are, then a real easy thing to do is look at the win that you have or had or having and reverse engineer it. What was the first decision you made? What were the things that led to you getting there? Were they specific daily intentional things? What were they? Write them down. Remind yourself of it. I think it will help. So subscribe, leave me a message in the comments, share, and let me know if any of this resonated with you, because I think that if you're one of the 82% and you do exactly what I just said, that little voice in your head, that little moment of doubt will start to diminish little by little. And P.S., the client that I was just talking about, it's a total true story. The second year he did even better. And then he started to own it. And now I think it's 3 or 4 years since he had that first big breakout year. And now he trusts it. Now he says over and over, I know what I need to do to get it done. It's not easier these other years, but there's a predictability that he now trusts. And he trusts himself more. And he's not worried about being a one-trick pony. Those were the words. I just remembered now what he said. He's not worried about being a one-trick pony. He knows that he can continue to grow if he follows the blueprint that he created for himself. And it works. And so each year, that imposter syndrome issue gets less and less and less. Still has moments of it here and there because we all do. But mostly it's gone. I'm Coach Christine, and I thank you for watching and viewing, and like and subscribe for more. Have a great day.